seemed like a good idea at the time. I just finished up work. I was actually working very illegitimately for some questionable folks. I was doing some painting and odd jobs for them, and I had just gotten off, was getting ready to get on the train, and there was this one particular station. I knew that there was rarely an attendant on duty down there, so I jumped the turnstile rather than paying the fare. I jumped the turnstile, and all of a sudden, I was rushed by a bunch of regularly clothed men that just seemingly burst out of nowhere and everywhere at the same time and just immediately had me pinned up against a wall, telling me not to move. I wasn't going anywhere. I had no idea what was happening. I didn't know they were cops until I had a pair of metal bracelets on my wrists. There I was, arrested. It was actually a sting operation. I was actually involved in a sting operation. I still remember to this day. It was called Operation Sandbag. How ridiculous is that? But they did compliment me saying that I, quote, went over that thing like a fucking gazelle. So I'm pretty proud of that. The Chicago PD called me a gazelle. An athletic accomplishment, I don't know. My arresting officers ended up telling me that, you know, CTA wasn't going to press any charges. All I had to do was show up to my court date, and they would lift the charges, and I would be free, and everything would be fine and dandy. But I did have to spend a couple hours in jail. A couple hours tops. Just cement walls, nothing, not even bars. I would have preferred bars, I think. I was there for a lot longer than 2 hours. I was arrested probably around 5 o'clock, and I didn't get out until about 3 in the morning. Apparently they had forgotten about me. I learned how high I could count that night. I almost lost my mind. You know how long I was there? I was there for 2 servings of the world's worst bologna sandwiches. There was this prison guard that came to me not once, but twice during my stay, like it was a resort. He would just come up to the tiny 6x6 glass window. He had one bum eye. Hey, you want a sandwich? You want a sandwich? You want a sandwich? It was one little tiny sliver of bologna beneath 2 pieces of regular white bread. I politely declined. I was in no capacity to eat or do much of anything other than count. The only way that I ended up getting out, one of the guys in the cell next to me, he started hollering. I had enough, so we started banging on our door with all the other crazy people asking for their medications, which scared the crap out of me. Finally, we got a guard to come by. When am I getting out of here? He looks at me and he says, no, you gotta stay in here till your court date. I'd already received my court date. It was a little over a month away. No, that can't be right. They told me 2 hours tops. I know it's been longer than that because I've counted to over 25,000. You have to do something about this. My court date is over a month from now. I'm not supposed to be here for that long. I know that. He goes, let me check. Comes back 5-10 minutes later. He says, all right, free to go. Latch clicks, door opens. He escorts me out. So jumping the CTA turnstile seemed like a good idea at the time. I've not done it since.